नमस्कार, निकोबार टाइम्स में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं तरुण कार्तिक। इस वक्त हम लोग मुंबई में हैं और मुंबई में हम इंडियन पोर्ट्स एसोसिएशन के इनविटेशन पर आए हैं इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक 2025 को कवर करने के लिए। और इसकी कवरेज की शुरुआत जो है हम अंडमान निकोबार का सेशन से करेंगे। अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स का सेशन जो है यहाँ पर इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक 2025 में अब कुछ ही देर बाद शुरू होने वाला है। और यहाँ पे इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक जो बॉम्बे एग्जीबिशन सेंटर में हो रहा है, वहाँ पे जो बाल्टिक सी नामक एक हॉल क्रिएट किया गया है, उसमें अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स का जो सेशन है वो कुछ ही देर में स्टार्ट होगा और हम ये सेशन को कवर करेंगे। यहाँ पे ये देखा जा रहा है कि यहाँ पे जो भी डेलीगेट्स आ रहे हैं इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक 2025 को विजिट करने के लिए, उनमें बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है अलग अलग जो स्टेट्स और यूटीज़ के सेशन को लेकर। और अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स के सेशन में भी अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि सेशन शुरू नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन लोग जो है आ गए हैं और वेट कर रहे हैं लोग कि अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स का जो सेशन है वो स्टार्ट हो। आप सभी को पता है कि अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स को गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट की तरफ जो है ले जा रही है। ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड प्रोजेक्ट जो है इसका सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण है। ये एक $5 बिलियन का प्रोजेक्ट है जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड, जो कि इंडिया का सदर्न मोस्ट फ्रंटियर है और अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स का सदर्न मोस्ट आइलैंड है, वहाँ पर जो है कंसीव कर रही है। इस प्रोजेक्ट में एक ट्रांसशिपमेंट पोर्ट बनेगा ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड की गलतिया बे में। साथ ही साथ एक जो है सोलार और गैस बेस्ड पावर प्लांट का भी जो है प्रावधान है और एक टाउनशिप बनेगा जो पोर्ट और बाकी एलाइड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में जो लोग काम करेंगे उनके रहने के लिए और बाकी जो पॉपुलेशन वहाँ पे इन्फ्लक्स होगा उनके रहने के लिए। साथ ही साथ मैं आपको बता दूँ एक ग्रीनफील्ड इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट भी बनेगा, जिसका जो पैसेंजर हैंडलिंग कैपेसिटी है वो एट प्रेजेंट जो वीर सावरकर इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट का नया टर्मिनल ओपन हुआ है उससे कहीं ज़्यादा होगा। इनफैक्ट मैं आपको बता दूं जो वीर सावरकर इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट है पोर्ट ब्लेयर में यानी कि श्री विजयपुरम में, उसका पीक पैसेंजर हैंडलिंग कैपेसिटी जो है 1200 पैसेंजर्स का है, लेकिन ग्रेट निकोबार में जो ग्रीनफील्ड एयरपोर्ट बनेगा उसका पीक पैसेंजर हैंडलिंग कैपेसिटी जो है 4000 पैसेंजर्स का होगा। तो आज हम यहाँ इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक में ग्रेट निकोबार प्रोजेक्ट की वजह से अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स को जो एम्फेसिस मिल रहा है, क्योंकि आज सुबह हम आपको बता दें मिस्टर अमित शाह जो कि होम मिनिस्टर है हमारे, उन्होंने जब इनॉग्रेट किया था ये इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक 2025 मुंबई में, तो हम उनका स्पीच जब सुन रहे थे उसमें भी उन्होंने ग्रेट निकोबार प्रोजेक्ट को जो है काफ़ी ज़्यादा एम्फेसाइज किया है और ये भी बोला कि ग्रेट निकोबार प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो इंडिया के डेवलपमेंट में एक महत्वपूर्ण जो है भूमिका निभाएगा। और अंडमान निकोबार का सेशन जो है आज यहाँ पर काफ़ी लोग जो है इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं और इसका एक रीज़न ग्रेट निकोबार प्रोजेक्ट भी है जो कि गवर्नमेंट अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड से ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड में कंसीव कर रही है। और ये पूरा इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक जो आज से शुरू हुआ है और 31 अक्टूबर 2025 तक चलेगा, हम इसको पूरा कवर करेंगे और अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स के संदर्भ से यहाँ पर क्या क्या इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ें होगी वो हम आप तक जो है ज़रूर लेकर आएंगे। साथ ही साथ आपको यहाँ पर जो टेक्नोलॉजी में एडवांसमेंट्स हो गया और बाकी जितने भी एग्जिबिट्स हैं जो मैरीटाइम फील्ड से रिलेटेड है, सारे एग्जिबिट्स जो है हम आपको दिखाएंगे। अभी ये पूरा विंडो है 31 अक्टूबर 2025 का तक का, जब यहाँ पर ये इंडिया मैरीटाइम वीक 2025 चलेगा। फर्स्ट दिन है आज यहाँ पर और अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स का सेशन जो है आज यहाँ पर जो है चल रहा है। धन्यवाद।
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the special session on Andaman and Nicobar Island on the theme Emerald Blue is Calling You, Partner in Andaman and Nicobar's Maritime Future. This session being held as a part of India Maritime Week 2025 under the theme Harnessing the Blue Economy for a Prosperous Maritime India highlights the growth, opportunities and vision for the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, exploring how they can evolve as a model of sustainable island development, a logistics and transshipment hub and a center for ecotourism and maritime innovation. To begin the session, I request all our esteemed guests and panelists to kindly join us on the dais. I have the pleasure of welcoming the Session Chair, Honorable Lieutenant Governor, Andaman and Nicobar Administration, Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi, PVSM, AVSM, YSM, NM, VSM onto the stage. Sir, please. Now I welcome Thank you, sir. Now I welcome the session convener, Sri B. Kashi Vishwanathan, Chairperson, Cochin Port Authority and Chief Engineer cum Administrator, ALSW, onto the stage. I invite the session moderator, Dr. Chandrabhushan Kumar, IAS, Chief Secretary, Andaman and Nicobar Administration, to the stage. I now invite Ms. Chanchal Yadav, IAS, Commissioner, Tourism and Fisheries, onto the stage. I invite Ms. J.P. Iron Cynthia, IAS, Managing Director, Kamarajar Port Limited. I invite Ms. Purva Garg, IAS, Secretary Shipping, onto the stage. And I also invite Mr. Vibinar Menath, the Nautical Officer, Cruise Bharat Mission, onto the stage. Thank you, sirs and madam. Now, as a gesture of our deep respect and appreciation, we shall felicitate our learned session chair on the dais. May I first invite the Honorable Lieutenant Governor, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi, for the felicitation. And I request Sri B. Kashi Vishwanathan, Chairperson, Cochin Port Authority and Chief Engineer cum Administrator, ALSW, to kindly felicitate the Honorable Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, sir. We now begin the session with a welcome address and context setting by Sri B. Kashi Vishwanathan, IRSME, Chairperson, Cochin Port Authority and Chief Engineer cum Administrator, ALSW.
Most respected Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi sir, the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Vice Chairman of Island Development Agency. Respected Sri Chandrabhushan Kumar, Chief Secretary, Andaman and Nicobar Administration, distinguished panelists, invited guests, colleagues and friends. Good afternoon and hearty greetings to every one of you. It is truly an honor and privilege to welcome all of you to this Maritime Discussion Forum on the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. On the theme, Emerald Blue is calling you, partner in Andaman and Nicobar's maritime future. Under the overall theme, harnessing the blue economy for a prosperous maritime India. On this occasion, amongst us, we are deeply honored to have the distinguished session chair, the most respected Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi sir, the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, whose visionary leadership continues to guide Andaman and Nicobar Islands toward integrated maritime growth and enhanced security. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. I, on behalf of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, on the Organizing Committee of IMW 2025, we extend a warm welcome to you, sir, to this session. We are also privileged to have Dr. Chandrabhushan Kumar, IAS, Chief Secretary, Andaman and Nicobar Administration, as the moderator of the panel discussion. Thank you, sir, for being with us and for sharing today's important deliberation. I also extend hearty greetings and warm welcome to our distinguished panelist, Srimati Iron Cynthia, Managing Director of Kamaraj Airport, Srimati Sanchal Yadav, Commissioner for Tourism and Fisheries, Andaman and Nicobar Administration, Srimati Purva Garg, Secretary Shipping, Andaman and Nicobar Administration, Mr. Jadavat, President of Shipping Owners Association, Mr. Vinod, representing party, Andaman and Nicobar. Can we have a round of applause for all the dignitaries on the dais? Someone once said, the sea is not a barrier, it is a bridge. The line is very true when we speak of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These islands have been connecting India to the wider world through trade, through culture, and through our shared maritime heritage. Today, as we gather here, we are not just looking at the sea as a vast expanse of water, but as a space of possibility, opportunity, and connection. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are much more than a scenic cluster of islands in the Bay of Bengal. They occupy a central place in India's maritime map, strategically, economically, and environmentally. Our islands reminds us that India's maritime strength is not only about ports and ships, it is also about people, partnership, and sustainability. In the background of this context, today's forum becomes very important. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look to the future, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands can serve as a living example of what we mean by the blue economy, a place where economic progress, environmental preservation, and community prosperity move forward together. By enhancing our ports, strengthening shipping and logistics, promoting responsible tourism, and supporting fisheries, we can turn these islands into a model for sustainable maritime development in the Indo-Pacific. The vision is very clear, a maritime future that is secure, inclusive, and sustainable. Our islands also reminds us that India's maritime strength is not only about ports and ships, it is also about people, partnership, and sustainability. Before I conclude, I would like to thank all our participants for your presence, your time, and your commitment to strengthening India's maritime future. Your engagement today will make this discussion richer and more meaningful. Once again, on behalf of Organizing Committee of IMW 2025 and Ministry of Ports, Waterways and Shipping, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to all of you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for that warm and inspiring address and for setting a wonderful tone for today's discussion. I now invite our session chair, Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi, Honorable Lieutenant Governor, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, to deliver the keynote address on the theme Andaman and Nicobar, India's Eastern Maritime Hub and Blue Economy Powerhouse, setting the vision and maritime growth and regional integration.
Good afternoon, Chairperson, CPT, dignitaries seated on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. What I thought I'd do is to provide an overview of what the seascape on the maritime theater of Andaman and Nicobar Islands looks like currently. What vision do we have to take it forward? And in the following sessions, the Chief Secretary, the Commissioner, and the Secretary will cover some of those aspects in much greater detail. We believe that insofar Indian and islands are concerned, in the vision of Viksit Bharat and a 5 trillion plus economy, whilst we have many initiatives on the tourism sector, but we believe that it is the ports and shipping sector that is going to be the main driver of our contribution towards this vision. And we believe that it is not only from the ANN Islands point of view, but also from the ministry's point of view, whereas there are, of course, all the other coastal states which are also endeavoring to push this vision forward. I would tend to think that the contribution that ANN Islands can potentially make is quite unparalleled. And I say that on account of 2 or 3 major factors. First is that almost 1/3 of the country's exclusive economic zone is in our waters. The second factor is that somewhat more than 25% of the coastline of this country is in our 836 islands. And the third factor is that in terms of land area, we are bigger even than a couple of mainland states. All of you are aware that ANN, for various reasons, tribal concerns, security issues, etc., had remained sort of backwards in infrastructural development for the first 6 odd decades, which has started changing really in the last 10, 11 odd years, particularly after creation of the Islands Development Agency in 2017. Now, limiting, so far as this forum is concerned, myself only to the maritime scape, I would like to enumerate in brief some of the major initiatives that are currently in progress. Going south to north, I would like to start with the Great Nicobar Island, and my task is greatly simplified because of the amount that has already been coming out in the open domain in recent times. The Honorable HM in this morning's address also made a mention of the port. Alongside Vadhavan in Maharashtra, it's poised to become the second or the third largest container handling port in the country upon completion of its final phase. The cardinal point is that the ministry has already declared it as the 13th major port of the country. Perhaps it will come out. Currently, the codal formalities relating to tenders are in progress. That means it is already at the stage of commencement of its operational phase. In the first phase, which is scheduled for completion in 5 years, it will have a capacity of 4.3 million TEUs, and upon completion of the final phase, it will go up to 16.45 million TEUs. So that is how GNI is poised. And all of you are aware, all of you are, from the maritime domain, you are knowledgeable, that in terms of a strategic location, dominating the Strait of Malacca, there would be no other port in India that could compete with its strategic location vis-a-vis the Indo-Pacific theater, and depending on which side, whether you are looking east or west, the entry or the exit to the Malacca Strait. Going north, coming to the capital of ANN Islands, Port Blair, which is now Sri Vijayapuram, we have entered into a 30-year memorandum of understanding with the Cochin Shipyard Limited, CSL, wherein they will upgrade our HR skills and the dockyard infrastructure. So with that, SVP, Sri Vijayapuram is poised to become a major ship repair center, highly skilled and highly modernized. Dry dock extension, etc. projects are already in progress. Close by, we already have the country's first STS, ship-to-ship transshipment terminal in Port Meadows, with a German consortium called Matsya. An Indo-German JV has already been executed. The MOU is in place. The final environmental clearances are in progress. And this will be up and about in no time at all. Going further north, and I'm not even counting jetty extensions and into our existing harbors like Rangat, Maya Bandar, Diglipur, so on and so forth. I'm right now talking about only major initiatives. Going north, and now it will be something like 750 kilometers north of the Great Nicobar Island. In Atlanta Bay, we have proposed another deep water port where the feasibility study by IIT Chennai has been completed. They have found it eminently suitable as with the least amount of dredging and requirement of erecting a breakwater. They have calculated that a jetty space of something like 4 kilometers can be readily made available on PPP mode. And our estimate on fine-tuning it is that it will actually be something of the order of 7 kilometers. So taking all these initiatives into consideration, in the coming 5 odd years onwards going forward, I can foresee an upward swing in the shipping traffic in that area, which brings me to the final recommendation that we have made very recently to the ministries concerned and PMO. And that draws its genesis from the very recent cabinet decision to earmark 70,000 crores to provide impetus to ship construction and ship repairs, is to position the ANN Islands as a ship repair and ship construction hub to begin with in the Indo-Pacific region and going forward into the entire expanse beyond going east from the Pacific side at all. Now we set out a small study group and they carried out an examination of the Bay of Bengal rim countries as to what repair and ship construction infrastructure exists, going clockwise from Sri Lanka, omitting of course the east coast of India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, west coast of Thailand, west coast of Malaysia, northwest coast of Indonesia, and we have come to the conclusion that very rudimentary, if at all, ship repair and ship construction facilities exist in this entire basin. And therefore, we feel that given the right impetus, we are well poised going forward to position ANN Islands to begin with as a ship repair hub and going forward into even a ship construction hub. And the model that we have proposed is that our existing shipyards, I am talking at this point only of the PSUs, they are all legacy shipyards dating back to the colonial days. And if you look at any of them, you start with, say, Maharashtra, MDL, smack in the center of Kolaba, cannot grow even by an inch. Going down CSL, again inside a channel, very limited scope to grow. Vishakhapatnam, HSL, deep inside the old city area, cannot grow. Kolkata, Gardner shipyard, smack in the center of Fort Williams, cannot even grow by level on a centimeter, not even by a millimeter perhaps. So the model we have proposed is that any or one or two of the existing PSUs, like it obtains in the context of universities, you have the North Campus, the South Campus, and so on and so forth, comes and sets up a ship repair and a ship construction campus in ANN Islands. We have plenty of land, like I said, in terms of land area, we are bigger than a couple of mainland states even. There is no dearth at all of deep water ports, and this initiative going forward, I think, can place us into the realization of the Prime Minister's vision of making India one of the 5 premier ship repair, ship construction hub centers globally. So with that overview, I would like to thank you for your attention, and my colleagues from the administration would cover these matters in greater detail. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.